Dear Grace, I'm not sure if the audio is working. Can't really tell since this is live. I guess we'll find out in a second. So today, what I'm going to do, see if this works. Give me a second. As usual, Grace, this is no better than the other ones. However, all right, so right. There might be an echo, Grace. There might be an echo, Grace. I'm going to mute my mic and see if I can. Play this back. All right, Grace, I'm going to mute for a second or two. Let's see what happens. If this gets really loud, I apologize. I muted this shit.
Voice in his head. He remembers. It's Grace, his handler. So definitely he's not in his real bed. David, he's asleep. Wait.
Well, it's not working the way I wanted it to, Grace, so I think what I'll do. I'll just go back to editing. I'm clearing my throat and doing all the annoying things I did previous to the stream. We'll go from there. wanted to play this out loud, but I'll see if I can find a way to do that maybe. So what I've done, Grace, is what I've done, Grace, is I realized that everything I need to continue writing the comedy story is already on my Substack site, but in different form. What I'm going to do is plagiarize my own work. You can't see this part right now, but I'm taking the May I movie idea. I'm going to copy and paste it into this story and then edit it to suit my needs. Take the parts that I want, since it's mine anyways. So it's not really plagiarizing, just using a lot later than I expected. 2 fucking years later. Grace. Alright. Close the window for myself, Grace, because the noise was annoying me. I can tell when the noise annoys me, at least I'm awake. Right, part 4. Present day, 3 years earlier. Sorry, Grace, I'm checking the live feed on my phone to see how much it's delayed to what I speak. So, this is on the site somewhere, if you care about it. May I, Part 1, Leon Smuck, a movie idea about a guy who writes movie ideas. How fucking original. David. So that was December 19th, 2022. That was a long fucking time ago. Alright. That part 1 becomes my part 4. I reread this last night. I know the first part is almost perfect. Maybe not in writing, but in content. That's all I care about at this point. I probably should read this out loud. I'm not sure if I will or not. Give me a second. And for the record, Grace, nothing but nicotine and no exercise. And with that window closed, no fresh air. And water with a little stevia. So anyways, this works perfectly into the story, even though it's from a different story altogether. Present day, 3 years earlier. I should probably change this to David. Shit. 1 second, Grace. need to download something that will do a certain place in Chrome. Oh, yeah, shit, don't lose that. Back to switch over to Word, which you can't see. And that black box in the bottom right hand corner, Grace, that's my webcam. It doesn't work. And if it did, I wouldn't show my face. Not because I'm ashamed of it. I probably should just retype this. Never mind. Let's do it this way, Grace. Sorry about the snake sound. Let's go back to that. Let's do it this way. 3 years earlier. Let's get multiple personalities reduced down to one. Dave stares at the keys held by John, his new landlord. John is explaining something about the house, but David doesn't listen. He's on the key. His patience is fading. John's accent is thick, either Russian or Ukrainian. David is familiar with both, but can't place which John is. David's too tired to care. A boarder exits his room and distracts the landlord. Finally. I'm going to change a couple of things, Grace, but I'm not going to rewrite the whole fucking thing. John offers David the keys. With relief, he accepts. David enters his room, closes the door, glances at his new home, for now or forever. Exhausted, David throws his backpack on the bed that contains all his possessions, everything important to him after 53 years on Earth. Flopping down, David listens to the landlord's muffled conversation projected through his door. He wants to yell, "Leave already." He doesn't. He needs a room, this house, a new life. Eventually the voice will stop. It's quiet but not silent. Eventually the voice will stop. It's quiet but not silent. Through his window, David hears street traffic and the metro passing by every few minutes, but it's faint, manageable. He places a pillow over his face and silently cries until sleep arrives. The part's not true, Grace, but it's kind of dramatic. That's pretty much how the room looked. Not anymore. Because we don't want Leon Smuck. But we can do this. Alien entities, which is the image cycles every few seconds between three views of a single room, east to west, west to east, and overhead. Normally, they only check the feed a few times a day. It hasn't changed in years. It's a mystery. Yeah, this isn't ready. Grace. Normally check the feed a few times a day. It hasn't changed in years. It's a mystery he can't solve. The only one in his life. Makes sense as Leon. It doesn't make sense as aliens, unfortunately. But sorry, Grace. I realize this is a little slow, but I think the rest of that part works. Well, this works, Grace, to a degree. That's a change. Get you to Grace. Grace wakes up in her lazy boy recliner. The one piece of furniture she shipped back to Hong Kong after her American work visa was revoked. Embarrassed, Grace returned home and unfortunately was financially forced to live with her mother. Grace glances at the extended sofa bed. Her mother made it up in the night in case Grace decides to use it. She rarely fully sleeps, but appreciates her mother's concern. As she showers and shampoos, as she showers, as she showers, as she showers, as showers. She shampoos her long, silky black hair. And Grace attempts to forget the past few years, the incident in America. Grace ties up her hair in a loose mess, enough to keep the cafe where she works happy, but she forgoes the traditional fancy buns and decorative hair clips her employees. Before she leaves, she stares at her framed degrees. Her mother hung them prominently at the front here to show off to visitors. Unfortunately, it's a regretful reminder to Cat U. Grace. I should really just pause this and find a search. I kind of prefer doing this one anyways. And it gets rid of the Cat U character and just character. It's Cat U anyway, so what the fuck's the difference? Not sure how the whole chat thing matters. What is it? DVD. Although I didn't edit any of those other, whatchamacallit, podcast thingies. A little bit different being live, even though no one's listening directly. But I think it is an increased level of. I remember getting on the fucking stage before they did sorry. Before I stopped saying fucking so fucking much. Anyway, let's get back to this. Blah 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 blah. Right, the cat Grace notices her regular customer Kim. He comes in 2 or 3 times a week, and every time orders a large coffee, large water, and 1 serving of dumplings. Whoever is working assumes his request automatically and begins preparing it upon Kim's own. It's almost instant. It's about a when I type to when I see it on my phone. Because to be fair, there's one person watching, but it's my account. That's one listen to myself. There's one person watching, but it's myself. Get that why? Maybe he knows that she's secretly a programmer. He had the code on the screen, but neither acknowledged her interest. Is Grace a programmer? Grace noticed everything, but pretended not to care, to not be jealous or envious. Coding was her old life, and it's easier to pretend it never happened, rather than that it'll happen again. Nothing you write is ever a waste, as long as you reuse it in good taste. Then later, Dave's bladder wakes him. He surveys the room again before heading to the shared bathroom. Shared bathroom. You know, there's no bathtubs. The bathroom cleanliness is questionable, but not disgusting or unsanitary. To do, he has no choice. No more hotels or Airbnbs. This is all he can afford. He rented. David decided he'll never live with relatives. I kind of like the idea of just calling, but I take everything off the site. Pretty long movie. Grace struggles with the noise in the cafe. Someone is always dropping or banging something. She doesn't remember this in American coffee shops. She does remember being a customer and conversing with her friends or dates. Maybe none of them notice in the background noise. Sure. This is supposed to be in China, but I'm not actually sure. Oh yeah, Hong Kong, never mind. I wasn't sure I had actually mentioned that to Grace. Maybe I should have more nicotine in me. I'll be more memorable, memory capable. All right. So this is the original one. Leon calls Kathy on FaceTime. But this doesn't work. This all needs to just be Apparently I can't spell receives today, Grace. I haven't figured out which day it is. I don't give a fuck. On Grace, on her phone, Grace receives an email from herself. Dun dun dun. There. That instead of all of this shit. Even though it was brilliant when I first wrote it. In fact, I'll read this part because it's funny. At least I think it's funny. This is funny, Grace. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to end it. No more podcasts, no more live streams, no more thousands of words pounded out on this fucking laptop that's about to die any second. Please send me a new laptop, Grace. Just leave it by my door, that'll work too. Right. Leon stretched the plain standard office chair, smiles and thinks. Finally, something interesting. Besides gravity, of course. I have to believe Einstein found out gravity doesn't want me to solve it, although I probably could if I didn't. And save the fucking Earth from destroying itself while simultaneously developing a method by an asteroid. Fuck, I think I'm on to leave Earth and get hit by an asteroid, or the idiots on this planet fuck the environment regardless of my cars, batteries, inventions. Hell, I could transfer the DNA of every living soul on Earth to Mars in a single trip in a container not much bigger than a bread box. Suitable for cloning. Under eat, Grace. And then once I finish developing my brain-linked super DNA automatic cloning technologies, I could reanimate everyone on Mars. Plus, if anyone pisses me off on bitter or musky between now and then, I could eat DNA during the trip. I'll teach those fuckers a lesson they won't forget. It comes to that, of course. I have to believe once I merge bitter and every other change and everyone will love me. My app. If not, fuck them. I'll take a shitload of women with me to Mars. Fuck every other piece of male DNA. All Mars and willing egg donors. I'm Leon Smuck. I can do what the fuck I want. Yeah, that would good conclude, but unfortunately, it's gotta go. We'll bring Leon back later. Unfortunately, we gotta give him his real name, Grace. Grace thinks, what is this? For the rest of her shift. For the rest of her shift. She plans on wipe his drive, install on new OS, and access this mystery link with a triple VPN arrangement of her own invention. And then Grace, I don't know if you read this or not. I hope you have. I assume you have. They have multiple ideas or take stories. Not only have one. We'll read these out since, again, they're funny. I think they're funny. If you don't think they're funny, you. 1. Leon returns to the monitor. On screen, someone is entering the room. So in the Grace, it's already kind of obvious, but actually, to be fair, I did have Leon talking to aliens. I could have left that in there, but this is better. Option 1. Leon returns to the monitor on screen. Someone is entering the room. Option 2. Leon cancels the remainder of his meetings. Bitter and musky can wait. Leon remembers the day his first spaceship sent demons into space, and how he got on his knees and prayed to God for the crew's safety. Option 3. God. Leon remembers God is listening to his could rain down on the world in a second if someone really pissed him off. Sounds like Terrence Howard. Option 4. Aliens. Leon calls his alien boss on a secret alien device and explains his progress infiltrating Earth as an android pretending to be human. Yeah, that's okay, but I only want one secret alien communication device in this story. It has to be whatever David Grace used to communicate. So far, has not been discussed, but oh well. Option 5. Dimensions. Leon waits until the evening, and when safe, there's massive amounts of DMT to enter another dimension and talk to the creators of our universe. Leon thinks the creators are pricks, but he has no choice. The only place he finds answers on occasion is his only hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Option 6. Dead people. Leon is a medium. He gets drunk, slips into a trance, and talks to dead Einstein and Tesla. Regrettably, Leon has a beef with both and berates them for hours about their amateuristic math before passing out in a tub, fully clothed and soaked in urine. Now, to see Elon Musk act out that scene would be pretty good, although I don't want to see the next one. Option XXX. Leon begins masturbating furiously. Oh well. Alright. So there you have it, Grace. How's that for some repurposing? Alright, so I think what I'll do, Grace, is I'll find a way to play this audio-wise. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'll do it how I normally do it and see if I can. So, what I need to do, Grace, is mute my mic, play this, change the stream to another screen. So we'll stop this screen sharing. 38 minutes. Well, good news, Grace, is that's almost killed an hour. Just adding that one little bit. So now I'm going to go. Let's try this. Window. Huh. Hang on, Grace. Hang on. Let's go back to. For the hell of it, let's go back to this one. So this is a story we stole, Grace. So let's try this. Oh shit. No, sorry, I wasn't muted. That's good. All right, so this is the original story, Grace. And once I see it live on my phone, I'm going to mute my mic and then play the audio on the screen and see if it comes through. I'll give you my answer. Well, I guess the answer to that one, Grace, is it doesn't take it directly from the app. We might be able to do it just through the. Well, I guess the answer to that one, Grace, is it doesn't. What we might be able to do is just play it. And let's do it this way, Grace. Where there's a will, there's a way, Grace. I'll try something else. Let's try. I'm going to mute again, Grace, and we'll see how it goes. To be fair, Grace, this is no worse than. There we go. I think this might work now. Wait for my live stream to catch up. Oh well.
Part 1. David, an incredibly handsome middle-aged man, wakes up in his bed. Hello? 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 No answer. He knew it was unlikely there would be after the first, but habit forces him to repeat just in case the connection is poor.
It doesn't seem to work, Grace. Oh well. You know what? I think what I'll do is 43 minutes and 49 seconds. It's fine for this first edit. And I'll figure some more things out, Grace. And we'll go from there. I'm not going to read the news. But I would like to get I'm not even sure this live stream is working anymore. So, no, yes it is. Visually it doesn't seem to be, but so this is what we'll do, Grace, instead of just having a blank screen forever. All right, we'll leave it on here. And I may try to do these at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, but not too sure about that. Anyway, thanks for experimenting.